The scenario for project is Paris, the French capital which will host the Olympic Games of 2024. Paris is the second most populated city in Europe, with more than 12 million people living inside the metropolitan area. This number will skyrocket during the Games, an event where 12,000 athletes, 25,000 journalists, and over 1.2 million visitors will come to the city. Paris has become one of the most beautiful cities in the world, but the City of Lights is experimenting a deep change around mobility and sustainability. The air pollution, which kills 50,000 people in France every year, and the traffic jams, has driven Paris to introduce some restrictions to protect the city and its inhabitants. The French capital is leading the mobility change in Europe. With measures like Critères or Paris Respire, the city council is reducing the traffic in the core of the city. Parisians are part of this change. Only a third of Parisians' homes still own a car, while half of them admit to use their car less than once a week and recognize to be ready to get rid of their cars. Not only do Parisians highly value their public transport, but also taxis, bikes, and scooters. Paris Underground is the most used means of transport by Parisians. With 219 kilometers of railway, is the third longest in Europe, and it is considered one of the most modern of the world. The bus in Paris is one of the favorite choices to move around. Some of the lines go through the city center, near the Seine, or through the iconic neighborhoods. However, it is highly affected by the traffic. Car sharing is also a good option for Parisians. 79% of them have a positive opinion of car sharing services. The 74% think that car sharing could help improve transport in their city, and the 78% would like to have more car sharing services in their own neighborhoods. This high opinion is perhaps the reason why Paris is the European city with the highest number of car sharing vehicles. Car sharing services help Parisians to move. 20% of them already use a car sharing service, and also to clean the city as they are all electric or hybrid. Ubico, Free to Move, Share Now, or City are some of the car sharing services operating in Paris. But car sharing is also being affected by the environmental policies. Car sharing vehicles in Paris are parked along the city roads, but Anne Hidalgo, the city mayor, has warned about her intentions to reduce by half the parking spots of the city center. This will need a new transform for car sharing services, the smart car sharing.
TwizyLine is the best solution for car sharing. The smart car sharing of tomorrow comes up today with an autonomous high-density parking. TwizyLine brings the autonomous vehicle to the present. Using cheap and solid technologies like the magnetic guide make it too easy. Due to the automatic charge and disinfection of the vehicles, TwizyLine can help the car sharing operators to reduce their operation costs substantially. With just 3 parkings, the amount of vehicles their personnel has to get clean and charged is reduced by at least 20%, reducing the staff cost over 37%. TwizyLine parkings offer 2 or even 3 times more density than traditional parkings, making a more efficient use of the limited space in Europe cities. We have designed 2 parkings in order to give a better flexibility to the service. As well, TwizyLine is adaptable to other vehicles, like the Twingo, the Dash Spring or the Zoe. Not all the operators are benefited by TwizyLine. Users can check in the app the parking's availability and book a spot, removing the undesired waste of time finding parking spots. Getting the parked vehicles away from the public streets allows the cities to return pedestrians their space. During the Olympic Games, TwizyLine will be offered for free as the individual means of transport for athletes, journalists and staff. TwizyLine will complement the public transport and shuttle buses, focusing on the individual sports and helping the sportsmen to enjoy the maximum their free time in Paris. To cover the mobility for the Olympic Games, we have studied the map, the flows and economic viability. We have chosen 11 strategic and big enough spots to place our parkings. With 5 big parkings and 6 small ones, we get 400 parking spots for 200 Twizys that would make our fleet. Those parkings are placed in well-thought locations. There will be big parkings in the Olympic Village, Stade de France, Pressville, Roland Garros, and Parc des Princes. Those parkings have a capacity of 70 vehicles and 8 entries for a faster flow. The compact parkings will be located at La Chapelle Arena, Champs de Mars, La Défense Arena, Le Zénith, the IOC offices close to the Arc de Triomphe, and the Stade Olympique Yves du Manoir. With 20 spots, these parkings are perfect for reduced spaces. TwizyLine does not chase being the only mobility service of the games. While most of the travels will be held by the public transport and the shuttle buses, TwizyLine focuses on individual sports with low frequency in the shuttles and the free time of the athletes. Whenever an athlete wants to see another competition or visit the city, TwizyLine will be there, and this option will be available for the journalists and staff too. To get here, we propose a strategic alliance with the Paris Council, the IOC, and City to offer an official and free means of transport for the games. City would be the official car-sharing service of the games, offering the service for free to the athletes, journalists, and staff of the games exclusively. Paris Council would loan out the ground for the parking slots. The IOC could agree in making TwizyLine official means of transport, and we would transfer the technology to automatize the parking. TwizyLine offers great advantages over its competitors to convince Paris government and the IOC to get this agreement, added to the good relationships between Renault and France. The deployment cost of our 11 parkings is 900,000 euros. This makes the initial inversion that could be covered by partner companies of the strategic alliance. We have calculated savings of 182,000 euros in parking space renting and 160,000 euros in personal costs. The inversion would be returned in less than 3 years, and the internal rate of return is 38%. After the games, City could keep the parkings to adapt their service to the coming restrictions, while maintaining its flexibility and improving their efficiency. We are so sure of our project that we will charge not a fixed price, but a percentage of the savings our client will have with TwizyLine. TwizyLine is the perfect solution for car sharings. Moreover, it is adaptable for other vehicles or services, like car renting or public mobility services. Auvasa, the bus and mobility service of our city, has already shown interest in the application.
This sounds good, but you might be wondering how we got here.
Chicos, le ponemos un pito a
Shut up! I got it. TwizyLine.
We started this journey in October 2019. After we had decided our project, we got to choose the technologies to use. We had to use technical criteria, but also economic criteria, as our budget was limited.
We have to research the market to find our competitors. We also have to find friend companies in order to obtain technical products to make real our project. We work with Asti, Luce and Maxim, but this was not the only challenge.
Para decretar el estado de alarma en todo nuestro país, en toda España, durante los próximos 15 días.
En guerre sanitaire, certes.
The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone.
We had to learn to work together from the distance and adapt our methodology to online. We built up the app, the server, and the vehicle easy use. We did not have the car, so we developed a simulator and mathematical models to emulate the physical behavior and integrate our software together. We have won the Prometeo Awards, which aims to develop the innovative projects of the students of the University of Valladolid. Thanks to these awards, we have made the application for the patent in order to protect our project. To develop this project, we need a better understanding of our users, so we have decided to interview some Olympic athletes.
Es muy interesante porque no siempre todo el equipo quiere hacer la misma excursión. Hay gente que puede estar más cansada o gente que tiene una lesión y no le interesa andar, entonces tiene que llegar hasta hasta el destino o hasta el monumento que quiere ver, aparcar, ver y volver a montarse para no fatigarse o no dañarse más. Entonces en ese sentido creo que sí que nos hubiesen venido algún modo de desplazamiento un poquito más individual o de colectivos más reducidos.
Te da mucha autonomía, ¿no? No tienes que depender de esperar al autocar o al autobús que llega, ¿no? Entonces, si lo tienes a mano, es una gran idea, ¿no? Tenerlo a mano, saber cómo funciona, cómo en el momento que sales de tu casita te encuentras el coche ahí.
Se podría utilizar para todo tipo. En la propia Villa Olímpica a veces tienes 3 kilómetros para llegar al comedor y si tienes un vehículo que le puedes coger en cualquier momento y dejarle en el propio comedor y a la vuelta pues coger otro sin tener que depender pues de cuando pase el vehículo oficial, pues o sea que tendría muchísima utilidad.
Our technical line was defined, but we want to tune our approach. We want to get in touch with our clients, so we meet with our city council and also with Aubasa, the mobility service of Valladolid, who manage the public transport. We also meet with Agustín Muñoa from City to analyze a possible symbiosis between City and TwizyLine. An emerging car sharing cooperative in our system called Ekiwi Mobility visit us to know about our project. We work with Natalia Cruz too, an economics full professor who helped us with the business model. The project has had a great impact in social media. Thanks to this, we have spread the project among well-known mass media, such as national radio like COPE or SER, newspapers like El Mundo or El Norte Castilla, also in the regional TV channel, and the Climax Party was to appear a teaser of our project in the International Film Week Seminci.
But what's the point of all of this if the car doesn't move? This is the real party. This is TwizyLine.
What about us?
We'll always have Paris.